You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Bold and the Beautiful fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I want to talk about why Thomas could go nuts again. Right now, everything that's going on with Thomas is what he's dreamed of. He's got starry-eyed Hope in his arms, in his bed, basically declaring her love for him and talking about how this is the best sex of her life, while she's the one who's actually making love to him. I mean, we've seen him, take the lead a couple times, been on top a couple times, but mostly it's been Hope. She's been driving this D train, and she is so super happy. And this is his dream day, his best day ever. A lot of people say that the best day in their life was the day their children were born, the day they got married. For Thomas, it's probably the day that he got Hope in his bed. But then somebody walks in and burst their love bubble, and things could go dark fast. Here are some things that could send Thomas from elated to aggravated and then going nuts again. We're going to dig in. But first, please reach down and click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, news, and more. All right. So the first thing to think about, we got 5 things to talk about real quick. The first is Thomas could snap if Hope goes back to Liam. Maybe Hope could feel like she needs to be a good girl, that everybody expects, and she needs to protect the reputation of Hope for the future. She fought hard to win Liam after all this time. Maybe she wants to keep her status quo, keep her little bitty life in the cabin with him. She could change her mind. Right now, spoilers for the week of July 17th say that she tells Liam it's divorce. But later, a couple of weeks from now, a month from now, whatever, Hope could have second thoughts and could walk away from him and back to Liam. If she did, I fully think Thomas would snap and go worst case scenario, full crazy brain tumor Thomas nuts. All right, the second thing that could send Thomas psycho again is if Brooke started crapping all over Hope. And I feel this one actually might be likely. So Brooke saw Hope's badge, walked up and saw, okay, they're not in any of the common areas of the house. They're probably upstairs in the bedroom. I think I'm going to walk in. Her daughter is an adult, is a sexual person. And would she think that Hope would walk into her house? Even if Hope thought Brooke was banging Bill while she was married to Ridge, I don't think Hope would walk into Brooke's bedroom. Nobody should walk into Brooke's bedroom. They should know better. But Brooke just marches right in there, and she's like, "What are you doing?" Duh, Mom. What am I doing? I'm doing Thomas. That's the answer that I hope that she gives him. So Brooke could try and shame Hope into immediately dumping Thomas and going back to Liam, but then she may really start going off on Hope because she knows that Hope is the one that's initiating this stuff. She could slam Hope. She could berate her for hooking up with Thomas. She could threaten Hope's fashion line, say that she's going to get Ridge to cancel it. That way she won't be around Thomas anymore. So effectively, Brooke could threaten Hope's livelihood. She could threaten to throw her out of the cabin on her property. She could literally leave her homeless and jobless, because Ridge would probably cave and do what Brooke says. Brooke could tell Hope that she's a disappointment, which would be ironic given stuff that Brooke has done. If Brooke dug her claws into Hope and really started verbally bashing her, I do think Thomas could go psycho and just go off on Brooke. I don't think he'd hurt her, but I do think he might really say some things to her, probably things that she needs to hear, as a matter of fact. So the third thing is Thomas could go nuts again if the Logans try and keep Hope away from him, and especially Hope and Douglas. So I could definitely see the coven of Logan ladies. We've got Brooke, we've got Katie, we've got Donna. Katie, I think, is the nicest of them, the least witchy of the coven of 3. But, and I say that just, everybody has characters they like, don't like. I do like Katie. So they might try and sequester Hope on the Logan estate and then bar him from the property, hire a security guard to keep Thomas away. They could lock her up like a princess in a tower, and he would be desperate for more time with Hope. And of course, Hope wants him, so they may think that they physically have to put up a wall between them, and that wall could be around the Logan estate. They could physically pull her away from him and try to keep her away. And I tell you that Thomas would go nuts and beat that door down if that's what they did, and he thought that's what Hope did not want. The fourth thing that could send Thomas spiraling dark again is if Hope turns up pregnant and then rejects him. So Thomas loves sharing Douglas with her as a co-parent. Of course, he let her adopt his son, and he let her be a true mother to him. And of course, in the beginning, he was kind of weaponizing that. But in the end, she's been a great mom to Douglas, and he adores her as a mom, and he doesn't regret any of that. So Thomas would be over the moon if Hope turned up pregnant from this marathon lovemaking thing they've been doing. I mean, statistically, if it's just the quantity of swimmers in your body over a 24-hour period, they might have won that genetic lottery. So if she got pregnant, Thomas would be devastated if he could not be part of this child's life, and he might do drastic things, the sort of stuff that Liam likes to moan about and be paranoid about. All right, so we have one last thing that's a huge twist that could send Thomas spiraling. We're going to talk about that in 1 second. If you've not, please click subscribe so you follow our channel and get all of your Bold and Beautiful updates right here from me, Belinda from Soap Dirt. And I'd love it if you would click a like on this video. Okay, so the thing that would really drive Thomas crazy, that could send him off the deep end, is if right now Hope is having a mental breakdown of sorts and wanting him is a symptom. We did a video, if you check our Bold and Beautiful playlist, questioning whether Brooke might try and have Hope committed. So Thope fans, which is what we call Thomas and Hope, Thope fans want this Thomas Hope thing really badly, but other fans really hate it. And so the writers could go either way because they're expert at not giving fans what they want. Hope alluded to this, I think it was on Wednesday's episode. She was talking about how she's doing this and acting this way is out of character for her, but she's so happy. And then she said, maybe I am crazy. And then the actress had done some interviews talking about how she thought it would be great if Hope turned bad because of some mental disorder like dissociative identity disorder. So just as a lot of his bad deeds were blamed on a brain tumor, they could say that all of this lusty Hope stuff and falling for Thomas is because Hope is mentally unstable. If that's true, her family would get her treatment, she would get better, but then her love for Thomas predictably would be gone, and he would be destroyed. Hope coming into his house like that and kissing him and taking him to bed was like, for him, the discovery of sunshine in his life. And if he finds out that the only reason she's there is because she was nuts, because she was having a breakdown, that would rip his heart out. It would take the sun from his life, and he would be living in darkness and despair. And if that were the case, there would be no telling what Thomas Forrester would do. What do you think?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.